What will it take for Americans to fight? In history, nations do not rise up because life is inconvenient. They rise because life has become unsustainable. Revolutions are not born from comfort, they are born from desperation. Russia, 1917. Centuries of autocracy, peasants starving, soldiers exhausted, food shortages were widespread. The Tsar's government could not sustain its own people, much less its war effort. Mass unrest became mass action. The government collapsed and was replaced by revolutionaries promising peace, land, and bread. The cost was upheaval, civil war, and a regime that lasted for decades. This is not distant poetry, this is the law of history. When the state stops providing basic security, legitimacy dies. France, 1789. The monarchy was bankrupt. Bread was unaffordable. The Third Estate, the common people, carried the entire weight of taxation while the privileged flourished. Hunger led to riots, riots led to collapse, the feudal order fell. The French Revolution reshaped an entire continent. The States General became the National Assembly, the Bastille fell, absolutism died. Revolution there was not abstract, it was fundamental. People could not eat, they could not survive, they chose to fight. Now consider the United States. We are not starving in the streets, but we are experiencing multiple pressures at the same time. Economic stagnation for many, even as productivity rises, declining real wages, rising costs of housing and education, political polarization that fractures public trust, a growing sense that institutions serve themselves rather than the people they claim to represent. People say they are unhappy, they say they are concerned, they post on social media, they sign petitions, but they do not rise. Not yet. History makes the pattern clear. In Russia, people fought when they were starving and dying under leadership that offered nothing but collapse. In France, people fought when there was no legal or economic path to dignity, and the state extracted everything while giving nothing back. In America, people are uncomfortable, alienated and frustrated, but most are not yet desperate enough to take radical public action. Desperation is not a theory, it is a threshold. So what will it take for Americans to fight? Not slogans, not outrage amplified by social media, not virtual arguments. They will fight when their families cannot survive without radical change, when the political order makes life objectively intolerable, when institutions that once provided stability are visibly broken. This is the uncomfortable truth. Americans have grievances, but grievances alone do not fuel revolt. History is clear. Revolutions happen when the social contract visibly collapses, when bread is gone, when the law protects the powerful and abandons the rest, when basic security is no longer assured. Until then, protest remains an expression of frustration, not a rupture of legitimacy. So the question is not whether Americans will fight, it is when the country will reach the conditions that force them to fight. History shows the answer is not found in opinion, it is found in necessity. Hate the person, love the words. Listen, they are the minority. We can beat them. We have to say I'm not a Nazi, though 2/3 of the country just don't want to be political. It's not politics to say you're not a Nazi. It's like taking a shit, you just do it or you explode. You die if you don't shit, and you die if you don't say you're not a Nazi. Fascism is a fucking cancer. It will eat your country unless your country kills it. Here's what happens when you get cancer. Nothing good. Nothing. There is no way out of it. I'm your country's doctor. You've got cancer. You have fascism. You are going to suffer. You are going to fight. You are going to feel pain. You're not getting out of this. We have fascism, it is happening, we're fucking dead. Maybe they're dead, that's about it. It's not a continuum, there's no gray area, it's not a fad. Fascism doesn't pop up and then recede when it finds out no one's into it. It doesn't respond to love, it doesn't respond to hate, it doesn't respond to ignoring it, it doesn't respond to time out, it doesn't respond to attention, it doesn't respond to lack of attention. You stab it, you cut it out, you bombard it with poison, or you die. And in any case, you will probably die. Don't die talking to cancer. Don't die hanging out with it. Don't die arguing with it on Twitter. It's fucking fascism enough. Team up. Stop bitching about Bernie Sanders. I don't care what flavor you want your democracy to be. It's democracy versus motherfucking fascism.